I know I'm late. I'm late. I couldn't get out yesterday. I had all the Emmy stuff going on, and everything. I couldn't get it out in time. But I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm James Lott Jr. This is the One Call After Show here on JLG Media, the OG of these. And I'm still wiping my eyes from the episode. Cheese and crackers. I have to say, I'm a broken record. A broken record. This season is good. This second half of the season is even better. I am. This episode gets an A+ for me. Writing, execution, stories, heart, suspense, even a little bit of humor, cuteness of little kids. I mean, like this episode was everything. And it's setting up for them. We have only 2 episodes left. They're setting up. It's setting it up for. It was really, really good. And I know I work in a business. I'm an Emmy judge and voter for daytime Emmys. I know I know shows like this don't always get Emmy consideration when it comes to the acting nods, but I feel like there were some Emmy worthy performances today that should be recognized. And I don't know what we have to do or what to go, but I just feel like there's some good meaty, juicy, beautiful work that was done on this episode. I'm almost like speechless a little bit how well done again the writing. There's some really good stuff. Okay, it's like let me just I get started. I'm just like I continue praising it, and I saw online. I see stuff. I saw some folks said that they tuned into the episode and made them want to watch the seasoning. So folks who said they're not watching anymore, some said they want to return to watching it. It's a good entry point for for the season. If you want to watch that, yes, it's a good entry point. It's a good episode. But I'm telling you, for those of us who've been watching us have not stopped watching, we know how good it is. Surprises happen, everything. It was great. Okay, let me stop praising and just get into it. Some of the smaller stuff I just want to say. I'm really enjoying the Angela Ali friendship. The next generation of women, strong women, young ladies, and I love that their friendship is there intact. I'm also liking the Bill Rosemary thing. It was like, again, amazing work for my girl Pascal, who you all know I love and adore, as usual. And her and Jack Wagner, who plays Bill, have this kind of newer type of energy together, and um, her feeling guilty about what went down with Montague, which is real. I mean, that's a real thing, and but little Lee supporting her stuff. But Bill coming in is like, I need you. You can't just like drop out of this and feel bad. I was like, I still need your. He said, I need your brain power. That's very cool. That was very cool. That now he counts on her. And later on in the episode, folks, if you remember later in the episode, when Lucas is kind of spilling some of his guts, he didn't tell her anything, but some of the stuff. Bill's like, I can tell Rosemary. She's been part of this. She knows the whole thing. And he's like, no, I don't want you to tell her right now, which we see next week ends up backfiring. But it's like he now counts on her. They have this whole new kind of relationship. These two longtime characters. The show has actually gave us another, a non-romantic pairing, but another pairing and add another layer to each of their characters that they actually trust each other now. I was like, that's very cool. I mean, a lot of shows, I mean, you don't get that. That was very good. The Maysu with the four sisters and mom and Maisie and the whole dinner thing. That was very nice, very cute. We're getting movement on that. They said Mike and Mason said they love each other, had a little kiss. So it was very chaste. It was chaste. It wasn't anything bad. I don't think it was anything bad. I think somebody was saying it was bad. I don't think it was anything bad. There's no tongue or nothing going on. It was just a cute little kiss saying, I love you. They're in love. They are together. That was fine. But they were all eating the food. They loved it. I thought that was a cute. Well, that was cute. Storyline there. Um, so those are all kind of fun things. We have the more serious stuff. I don't know where to begin. We have several serious storylines. I'll start with Faith and Lily and Mrs. Watson. And Joseph said, of course, a great line today in the episode. Um, I was wondering, but I didn't think they were going to do it, actually. I thought Lily was going to go, and then Faith would have been changed forever, get her on some kind of journey. But when Mrs. Watson came back, and was like, I was thinking she is a little older, she has the heart condition, but she decided to let Lily stay. I thought that's very cute, but that whole thing about her about to leave and having the last ice cream and hang out together, just pulls your heartstrings. Of course, that little girl is so cute. When it comes to Heart finds the kids, they always do. The casting director, kudos to you. You always find the kids. But it was really wonderful that they've kind of created a little family for Faith, which I never would have guessed. Right? I just would have never guessed this route for her character, but it's in line with like when Abigail got Cody and stuff. Like it's in line with how Bo Polly does. But it was like, oh, I did not expect the storyline for her and how touching it was. And I shed some tears of happy tears that she just loved to have her. Granny's gonna still be around. It's I was like, that's a nice solution. And I thought it was very cool. I still didn't want to do that. So I was just kind of like, okay, that's interesting. It was good. The Allie and Nathan thing. Oh my goodness. That one was rough. I know for me, I have a father who rejected me. I went to him and without giving all the huge details. One day I'll write a book, you can read it there. But huge details, but I went to him and he literally I won't say what he said to me, but he rejected me as an adult. I mean, I'm full adult when he rejected me. And it was painful. It's painful when a parent rejects you. And I have a parent out there who is not my life, who for my whole life, he was in my life off and on. I really wanted him in my life. I was trying to get him. I'm named after him. And he's not in my life. And so, I have my mom, as you guys know, and it's been really tough last year. So with her, but it's one thing to not have a father if they're not alive or just, you didn't know who they were. I know who this person is and they don't want me. And I've had to literally come to terms with that. And so have my siblings who are here too. We had to come to terms with that. But for me, especially being James Lott Jr. and the whole thing, he has a whole life. He's here in LA, has a whole life with another family, but what's something to do with me? So watch this episode was a little rough for me a little bit, those parts, because I know it is a different scenario, but to have a parent reject you, I think this show did a great job. The acting was amazing. Allie's defiance. I'm going to go do this. Her optimism. She went through all the stages. I mean, she went through all the stages. To getting there, proud to say I'm looking for Dylan Parks and I'm Allie, right? All the whole thing, and it turns out he doesn't even want to see her, and we don't know. We don't know the full. There could be a good story out of that later. The show keeps going for like another 5 or 6 seasons. Keeping him out there is still a possibility, but the Nathan part, again, Kevin's acting was just right there. He's your parent, and it was a great message for all of us out there. It was a great message that my brother and I just talked the other day, actually, about our father and stuff. Um, Family is what you make it sometimes. And they are biologically related, of course, because it was his sister, it's your sister's kid. But it doesn't matter. It's who is there for you, who takes care of you, who looks after you, who loves you. That's what it is. Whether it's through adoption or guardianship or relatives or whatever, it does not matter. What makes a good dad is a father figure who's in your life, who you can go to like a dad. That's and who shows up and does what they're supposed to do. And Father's Day is coming up next week, and I'm a father and grandfather myself, and so as I record this, my grandson Ryan's graduating, so I just want to give a shout out to him. Um, I had a couple of stepdads who were really great. I was always saying for the dad and stepdad. They call them bonus dads now, whatever. Just it doesn't matter. And that's what the great thing about When Calls the Heart does with topical topics that are evergreen. Um, they have their family. They have a family. They are each other's family, and it's 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 okay for her to have wondered about her biological father. Makes sense. I know this story. It made sense. She was old enough. She was asking questions. She wanted to know stuff. His turmoil, like how much do you tell a kid? What's appropriate? What's not appropriate? Elizabeth's saying, you have to let kids hurt sometimes. It's so true. All of us parents know what that's all about. You just have to sometimes. They have to let them go through it. You can't save them all the time or protect them in a little bubble. That's a hard though for parents. We know how hard that is. Um, Especially when many of us have been through our own hardships. You don't want to see your kids. You don't want to see them go through the same thing. It was just the acting just alone was just like it pound for pound. They were right there, pound for pound. Great acting from both. I say Emmy worthy performances. That's me. And later when they had their talk, and then later, we got this, juxtaposed to Elizabeth trying to find her way in there. She cares about Allie, of course, she cares about Nathan, but she's trying to find her way in there, which is a hard thing to navigate. I mean, it's not as easy as people think it is, right? It's like, well, it's not my business, but I care about you guys. How far do I jump in? How far do I sit out? That part is real, right? It's like when you have friends or somebody, you're like, should I get in there? I mean, because they're not really together, they're friends. It's like, but there's something, So I thought that was realistic. And Rosemary always cuts to the quick. She's like, okay, you care about Ali, but you know what I mean. I know you care about Ali, but you know what I mean. And the shot of them having dinner together at the end, it was really cute. And so they're setting it up for us, this little family unit of sorts, this kind of Brady Bunch unit. So, and little Jack's the cutest, of course, and him right up the party. So we have 2 episodes left. That's all I gotta say. So it's kind of interesting. But that storyline was really good. The last thing, of course, which is to me, I love this storyline. I'm very excited to see it. Next week looks good, obviously. It's a Lucas storyline. And again, Emmy worthy performance by Chris. He is, you can tell he was super, he has the whole, he can't remember. So this episode, he's starting to remember. He's struggling with that. Secondly, he really cares about this town, this territory. He really wants to do right by it. But he's also torn by what the options are. He's portraying the body language, the size, the head down, the exasperation. Him and Lee kind of fighting. It was funny with Lee and Maisie coming together and saying, we're not going to endorse. I was like, oh my God, they're not going to endorse the resort because I know it's Jeanette. It was crazy. I was like, wow. And when he went off on Lucas went off on Lee, like, if you're going to use a small mind, I was like, oh my goodness. It was some good acting. So where do I go? I guess first we'll go with Lucas remembers. You might remember, so we get that Shaw had a gun on Jeanette and forced her to bring him to him. There was a tussle. He got shot. Shaw ran off. The resort thing came up. He got interested with Jeanette and said, oh, spoiler alert. I was a little spoiler alert. I'm just like putting it in my mouth. I'm sure by now, I guess I saw it. Was behind Jeanette's bid. And he got somebody to beat up Montague to get him out the way. I never saw that coming. That's a great twist. Never saw all that. Great twist, writers. I did not see that. Montague is just such, I mean, we don't like him anyway, but it was like a lesser, it was like one of the two evils. God's one of the evils. And so, but this guy's apparently a gangster and the whole thing. So we don't want that presence in the whole valley. So I was like, wondering what Lucas was going to do because she's like, and I was like, this Jeanette girl, same thing, she makes my skin crawl too. Which I'm like, she's just like, I'm like, The actress is so good. Again, she's so good. I'm just like, ooh, oh, I gotta save it from her. When Repel, it's you tell Lucas is like, I don't want any of this. And I love in the beginning when he was talking to Henry, it was just like she was so beautiful. There was something about her at first that he was totally drawn in, of course. He wanted it. But she's trouble. And Joel follows her wherever she goes. He's that kind of person. And we all know people like that, don't we? So he's like, I can't have that here. You can't bring that here. And when he realizes she was there, oh my God. And she tried to turn on her charms or whatever. And he was like, nope. I'm so glad Lucas wasn't falling for it. He was like, no. And she's like, well, if we don't do this, we're as good as dead, both of us. But Lucas is like, I can't. But see, we see Shaw's coming next week. That's the spoiler. He's coming next week. So I'm curious to see what happens there. But Lucas called in the people, apologized to Rosemary, didn't tell anybody. And he said, didn't tell everybody everything, but told Bill and Nathan everything, just about. And he's trying to figure this out. So right now, there's no resorts. What does that mean? Because again, he said it's not. He told Lee, it's not just about me. There's all these jobs, and what's going to happen to the territory? There's so. I mean, they're actually. I will get. They're doing some. They're doing better than some of my soap operas I watch. They're actually giving you a story. They're wrapping some. They're kind of wrapping some things up, unveiling other things, and then we have potential for other things in the future. Let me drink my coffee real quick. Good job when it comes to writers. I'm in. That's it. There's my notes. That's it. I enjoyed the episode. A+ episode. Very well done. Looking forward to seeing next week. It's the show is I'm giving it to you 11 seasons. It's still giving it to us. I like the town driven stories they're giving us. We have one small scene with Flomo. We need to see more of them, of course, a few other people, but other than that, we got some movement. Things are going. We're off in the town. The town's getting busier too. Some more cars, getting busier. So I like that. And I love all the diversity on screen I'm seeing. I'm James Lott Jr. Happy Father's Day, and to all the fathers and grandfathers and bonus dads and stepdads and everybody that's a father figure. Coming up this next Sunday, June, I think 16th it is, June 16th. I love being a father and grandfather. I love it. I have 5 grandchildren, 2 daughters. I love it. So if you do anything, do be nice to your dad. Be nice to your grandmother. If you have a relationship with your father or your grandfather, you show them love, not just that day, but show them on that day too. But you call them today, call them tomorrow, whatever. Just time goes by fast, and not all of us are very lucky. I'm very envious of people who have their dads and they have relationships with them, because I don't have one, and so I really do appreciate that. And I don't even have my bonus dads anymore. They all passed away last year, so I have no father figures whatsoever. So, but I encourage all of you out there, if you do, say you love them today, or say something that's in the language you speak with them, however it is. And I'll see you next time. Bye, Hearties.